Alright, let's see if that fixed the problem. I just did a hard reset on the whole software. We'll give it a second and see if Alan can hear me. I'm still very new to streaming, so some of the technical issues haven't quite worked all of them out yet. But hopefully we're back online. Alright, Alan can hear me. Excellent. So Alan, I don't have any idea what all you heard, but earlier I was just explaining that the mirror allows you to get to the beginning of a dungeon, and it also takes you from the dark world to the light world. I don't know how much you saw earlier, but there are these portals that you can go in that take you to like this alternate dimension, and when you use the mirror, they bring you back to the light world. So that's going to be something that's going to come into play big time for the rest of the game. The rest of the game is going to be balancing, doing some things in the dark world, some in the light world, and different things you do in each world impacts the other, so it's kind of neat. But right now, we have the Master Sword, which means we can break that little barrier, and now we can go try to fight. I call him like Agnahem or whatever. I honestly don't know how to pronounce it, but he's the wizard bad guy responsible for kidnapping Zelda earlier in the game. So we'll try to get to him and see if we can defeat him. And if you saw any of the Zelda 2 stream, one of the hardest bosses is in the 5th dungeon, and he actually uses one of those mace things that spin on the chain just like those guys. So alright, let me double check my items here. I've got 3 fairies, so I can die 3 times to still come back to life. So I'm in decent shape right now. Okay. I am not doing too hot right now. Let's see. Let's get some light in here. Whoops. Yeah, that's much better. I can't remember if there's like a key in one of these that I'm supposed to get. Either way, I don't really need the magic meter much, so I'll just fill up the lamp anytime we get a chance. There's the key. And Alan, in case you weren't here earlier, I picked up I think you were here right when I got the Master Sword. I don't know exactly what that did. But, so I do, more damage than I did before, and my sword is blue. Man, those guys are fast. Oh, okay, interesting. You know what? That's awesome. Shame on me for playing the game for so many years and never actually looking into that. So, he appears to be named after a figure in Hinduism, the 7th chakra. Whatever the hell that is. Interestingly enough, if I recall, I think there's 7 wise men in the game. And in the Dark World, here in a minute, when we beat the wizard, we have to go to the Dark World, and the wizard has collected, or Ganon has collected the 7 maidens that were like descendants of the 7 wise men or something like that. I'm pretty sure there's 7. So I guess there's like this parallel thing that they're doing based on Hinduism. That's actually really interesting. That's probably why they named him that. And I just learned something about the game that I never would have known otherwise. So thanks for that. The only bad thing about it's kind of nice to know that you're about to die when they play the noise so that you're aware, but it's just really annoying to hear that sound over and over again. So hopefully I can find a heart here in a minute and make that sound go away. There we go, that'll fix it. Alright. Okay. I think we're getting pretty close here. For some reason, I keep hitting X to get to my items. I think it's like I'm thinking it's Shovel Knight. When X actually takes you to the menu, or the map menu. The story is leaps and bounds more developed in the last game, which is pretty cool to see that that developed throughout the game. Yeah, you know, that's kind of generally true about all the Super Nintendo games. You know, there's just so much more space in the game for, like, you know, villagers and talking to people, and, you know, it just kind of felt like the original Legend of Zelda is just save Princess Zelda, that's pretty much it. Whereas this one has, like, a series of events that happen, and legend, and all kinds of cool stuff, so I'm gonna skip out on fighting those guys. And I'm going to skip out on those guys too. Alright, here we go. Aha, Kip! I have been waiting for you. I was hoping I could make Zelda vanish in front of your eyes. Behold, the last moment of Princess Zelda. Then he makes her disappear. Ho, 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 ho. With this, the seal of the 7 wise men is at last broken. There you go. There's this number 7. It is now only a matter of time before evil power covers this land. After all, the legendary hero cannot defeat us, the tribe of evil, when we are armed with the power of gold. Now I must go. Alright, so let's pop open these curtains. See if we can beat this wizard. And the only way to hurt him is to hit his magic back at him, so you actually have to, like, aim to hit his magic. You mean to say you would like to be totally destroyed? Well, I can make your wish come true. So he attacks 2 different ways. There's that one, the little ball of energy, which is what you hit back at him. Sometimes he also does lightning, which hurts you and you can't knock it back at him. So the first initial one is the one we're looking for here. Oh, yeah, that's the one you don't want. So you're kind of at the mercy of RNG here, because you can't hit him unless he shoots that one. But there's the chance of the lightning and the other being. Ooh, does a lot of damage. Alright, get close. 2 more maybe? 1 or 2 more? There it is. Well met, like the true healer that you are, but I am not ready to admit defeat yet. I will draw you into the dark world. And here we go into the coolest part of the game. Kip, it is I, Sarhala, or whatever, I never know how to pronounce it, Sasrala. I am communicating to you across the void through telepathy. The place where you now stand was the Golden Land, but evil power turned it into the Dark World. The wizard has broken the wise men's seal and opened a gate to link the worlds at Hyrule Castle. In order to save this half of the world, the Light World, you must win back the golden power. You must also rescue the 7 maidens who Aghanim sent to the Dark World. As members of the bloodline of the 7 wise men, they have power that will surely help you. The maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. The Palace of Darkness should be your first goal in this world. Kip, I can rely on only you. Please make this old man's wishes come true. I beg you. Alright. So, at this point, we're now into what I refer to as the second phase of the game. First of all, I'd like to point out that I think this Dark World theme, music-wise, is really great. And to me, is just as cool and iconic as the original Overworld music for Legend of Zelda. But as you can see, same map. You can even compare it right now to the one I have in the bottom right. Generally speaking, it's the same map, but there's a few changes. So we're in the Dark World, and now we've got to like figure out what to do in terms of rescuing these 7 maidens. So he's marked the first one we need to go to in the far right. But as you can see, the castle has turned into some type of sort of temple, pyramid-looking thing. And all the creatures are different here. So it's kind of neat seeing the new visuals and the new music. So I think that's going to be probably a really good place for us to stop for the evening. You know, basically we completed the Light World portion of the game, and there's going to be 7 maidens that I have to go rescue. I think what I'll probably do with this stream is I will probably turn this into a 3-part venture. You said, cool, didn't Ocarina have a similar Dark World to it? I think it's been a while since I played Ocarina of Time. I think what that was you started off as a kid, but then like you use the Ocarina of Time or something to travel forward like 7 years or something to where you're older and Ganon has taken over the world. So I guess technically it's the same world, but it is evil now because Ganon has taken it over. I can't recall if it's like 2 different worlds. I think it's just more about time travel. But that's actually a game that I probably should go back and play. Maybe I'll stream that at some point down the line. So I think I'm going to break this stream up into 3 different segments. I did the Light World today. Maybe on Saturday or Sunday I'll do the first maybe 3 or 4 dungeons of the Dark World. And then after that I'll do a 3rd stream where I finish the game. So this game is much longer than the other 2 games. And I'd like to break it up a little bit. So, real quick, let me check on who all is here. Alright, we got Alan and I Call Peach. So, both of you guys, I really appreciate y'all hanging out and asking some questions and interacting. I hope you enjoyed the stream. So I'm going to save and quit, and then I will pick this up again later on this weekend. You guys have a good night.